Got any ideas?
Hey guys, VALTORIOUS the AWOKEN here. Oh man, I just thought of another theory. Well, a theory to the whatever story. But what if Dracula was a good guy? Now, seeing how the crossover with Devil May Cry and the Castlevania Netflix series is, I guess, gonna be happening or something, I was like, yeah, it is gonna be quite interesting to see either Dante, Virgil, or Nero pop up in the Castlevania series. And I said, since in the Devil May Cry lore, Sparta basically became a good guy, sealed up the demon world, and did the things that he needed to do, and he was renounced as a god and as a savior and as a hero amongst the humans and amongst mankind. And I was like, yeah, what if Dracula basically kinda could have had something similar to what he have done? Now let's just say he saved Elizabeth, right? I said Elizabeth. Lisa. What if he would have saved Lisa, right? From her being burnt on a cross and all that other crap that the evil church and all these people was doing and stuff because they saw her as a witch. So let's just say he saved her, right? And she's convincing him because he's pissed off. He's extremely pissed off. He's like, listen, they almost killed you, and I'm not gonna let this happen again. And he's ready to rage war. She's like, nah, chill. Like, you saved me, I'm all right, So after like calming him down, to a degree, he still walks. He takes a little bit of a break away from man, and he stays in his castle for like a little bit. And to like a while it takes him where he goes back out there and he's like, all right, I'm just gonna go out there and make sure things is okay with man. But while she does her thing, like with medicine and stuff, he appoints, like, I don't know, maybe like some ghouls or people to like watch her, like, I don't know, creatures of the night to like watch her, just in case anything happens like that ever again. So I say in this what if theory, the main peoples that Dracula would go up against would probably be Hector, Isaac, and Carmilla. Because if he's trying to be like this good guy, right? He wouldn't start off at first, because again, he's still trying. It's baby steps. It's baby steps. He's just trying to like get a footing into the door. Like, okay, humans are this and that and stuff. Like, okay, like it takes him a while. And then on that note, Carmilla is, I guess, trying to like do her thing and stuff. So she's trying to like rage a little bit war against humanity and stuff like that, try to take over as the dominant species. And then she tries to recruit Dracula into the mix. Now Dracula is a family man now, so he's like, oh, I don't do that stuff anymore. So it raises the eyebrow, like, is he on our side or not? And Lisa's been going around curing people from sickness and illness. So they like, yo, where's this cure coming from and stuff. And she lets some of the people know, not everybody, but she lets some of the people know that, oh, this guy and stuff, like, he's very genius and stuff, too. They finally meet him as Dracula, and it's like, oh, I'm with the humans now, blah blah blah. So some of them, you would have some people still afraid of him, and then you have like some people that is curious and be like, okay, let me try, let's try to see what's he about. So he's telling them about wisdom, knowledge and stuff. But you would still have the church telling people and spreading like lies and stuff, like, oh, don't trust it, it's devil medicine, you're gonna get plagued, you're gonna get cursed, all that. So you still would have that going on. But in the meantime, you have like Carmilla, Isaac, and Hector, like, they forging stuff for her, and they doing all types of stuff, because Carmilla would have done the kind of the same thing like how Dracula did in the Netflix series, but it would have been more different, because how both of them was like, screw humanity, screw everything, stuff like that. But she would have been more, I guess, a little bit more still controlling, but I guess lewd, sexual with it, like, oh, you don't like humanity, stuff like that, oh, you can come work for me. So they entrust their ideas and their beliefs within her, and she makes it come true and stuff. And like I said, she tried to recruit Dracula, and Dracula's a family man, so you know they're gonna do things without him, and they're gonna like conquer, kill, just eradicate and stuff, you know. And at this point, do you still have like Trevor, like the Belmonts, you know, mainly Trevor, like, you know, he's running around. And I think the things how happen in the Netflix like season 1 of Castlevania kind of still would be the same but just different, but it's not Dracula, it's basically Carmilla, Isaac, and Hector. Like they running the show. So, you know, he still meets like Cypher and the rest of them. Now eventually he would meet Alucard, but it would be different because Alucard is like, well, you know, my dad's a good guy now. Like he's not doing that crazy stuff anymore. So they would have like a legit fight, just like how they had in the show, but it'll be different. It wouldn't be of, oh, you a vampire, I can't trust you and stuff. Well, it'll still be like that, you know, like you're a vampire, I still can't trust you and stuff like that. But it'll be like, well, you know, Dracula's a good guy, so you know, we can't be doing this. Like our main focus is Carmilla and her forces and stuff. Until Dracula himself comes along, he meets, you know, Trevor, and he tells her like, yo, I'm not like that. Like I don't know what she's doing, but hey, it's not into my will and stuff. Until you have some people question it and be like, is this Dracula's doing and stuff? Because it's like, well, they're vampires. She has a whole freaking army, and it's like, are you controlling this? Are you calling the shots? He's like, I'm not doing this and stuff. And everyone's like kind of like pointing the fingers, and the church is involved, and they're like, yeah, it's devil work. So again, you would still have like people fearing him and still trying to like, whoa, we can't fully trust them. And two, Dracula has to retaliate and be like, okay, now I have to show the humans that I'm on their side now. Like I'm still trying, I haven't forgot what they did, but I guess I can protect them because, you know, because they only know me, and some of them know me, and I have to do this. So he takes into the role of position of becoming like a protector against like Carmilla forces and armies and stuff like that. Now sure, he can obliterate them and stuff, he can do whatever, but since it's him, Trevor, Alucard, and Cypher, like they all, you know, working together and stuff like that, hell, and even Lisa, you know, because why not, right? So, you know, they all there, you know, fighting up against like Carmilla forces and stuff like that. So they kind of like, some people kind of see it that way, where it's like, yeah, Dracula is basically for the people. It's taking time, but he's for the people and stuff. But then Trevor makes like a side note is that no matter what you do, you're still going to be a vampire to them, and it's in my job to basically kill you, because, you know, due to the Belmont bloodline and stuff, like, well, we have to do this. We hunt the night, we kill the night, and you are it, so you gotta die after this and stuff. So Dracula's like, yeah, whatever, stuff like that. So they all, you know, they all go into war. They fight up against Carmilla's forces and stuff. They beat them. I would like to say Isaac and Hector somehow managed to escape, because in this theory, right, they defeat Carmilla's forces, but Carmilla's, you know, badly wounded, so they take her and stuff, and she gets away and stuff. And then that's when Trevor and looks at both Alucard and Dracula like, you know, I don't know about all of this and stuff. But he comes to agree like, well, he had plenty of times to try to kill him, but he didn't kill him. And he's like, well, maybe you are starting to change to become better, because Dracula in his years of experience, that he wants to try to become more, not like human, but he wants to like understand them and try to like feel for them, and he eventually becomes like another person to protect them, but he does it from like within the shadows or something. He does it from in the shadows, and also due to his like knowledge and his intelligence and stuff, that he basically gives out like I said, like medicines and stuff like that, where Lisa, like I said, you know, she heals and she does all this other stuff. But the stuff that was in his castle, he doesn't show it to the people, because like I said, he's Dracula, so it doesn't go down that way. But his knowledge and other stuff do help like other people that's in need, like other cities, small villages, whatever, and stuff, to get them healed up. You know, anything that could help the people, he does and stuff. But I would say Carmilla's forces murdered the church. You know, in that battle, they dead. They completely dead. Like that, they dead and stuff. And then, slowly but surely, the people start recognizing not only Dracula, well, not only like the Belmonts, but they start recognizing Dracula, and it's like, well, Dracula did save us, and he did give us like medicine and cures and stuff. Like we not dead. Like he protected us and stuff. So people start looking at it that way. Like, yeah, maybe Dracula isn't. Maybe we shouldn't be afraid of him. Maybe we should embrace him, because you know how the old saying goes, like you can't be afraid of something that you don't know, or yeah, something like that. Yeah, don't be afraid of something that you don't know, and not be wary of the unknown, you know, something like that. And I think that's how this would go. Like people at first, yeah, will be afraid of him, can't trust him, because you would have the church spreading lies and some truth to what Dracula is. But then when they get killed off and stuff, that's when they start seeing Dracula more as a god and as a savior as well, because he protected them from the forces that was coming towards them for years and kind of years. Because even after, I say, for Lisa's death, Dracula goes into like sleep. I think he'd go into like some sort of deep sleep, and then he just leave everything up to Alucard. But at this point, the second fight between like Carmilla, Hector, and Isaac will probably be like years after, because they'll probably try again. But this time I would say Lisa would die, because somehow, you know, they capture her, torture her, and then kill her. Now it was done by Carmilla. She the one that did it. Now I say she the one that did it, so it wouldn't mean it that, yeah, humans, you know, no, she did it. So that means, you know, his rage wouldn't be more towards humans. It would be like, well, she did it, and it's his job to like mainly like kill any and all creatures of the night. So not only do you have like Dracula, Alucard, and I would say Trevor at this point, right? They all going after Carmilla again and stuff, and then Dracula is like insanely with rage, and how when Alucard was crying at the last bit of it in Castlevania Season 2, when he was just sitting in the chair crying after when he killed his father and remembering things about his mother. He would be crying and thinking about Lisa and stuff, because Carmilla basically burnt her, killed her, and tortured her, and did all that crazy stuff to her and stuff. And that's when I would say he would go into a deep sleep. Yeah, he would go into a deep sleep after he ripped her heart out, killed her and stuff, because he's sad, he cries, then he goes to sleep and stuff. Same with Alucard too, you know, they all like sad and emotional, and then he just goes to sleep. And then that's when the people would remember Dracula, because they would think Dracula is dead after a while, because they'd be like, oh, where did our savior go and stuff. Now I wouldn't say the Belmonts wouldn't get as much as the credit. Like the Belmonts would still get credit, but it wouldn't be as much as Dracula, because they'd be like, well, Dracula is basically like our true savior. The Belmonts is only there to help when they can, but Dracula is basically our true savior, because he was the one that also shielded us. Because mind you, I'm not saying Dracula isn't going to be like some depowered person. Oh, he's going to be doing some crazy stuff like when we seen the first time in season 1 of Castlevania. He's going to be doing all types of stuff, and then people's going to see that and recognize like, yeah, he was our savior, he was our god, you know. He protected us from those vampires that did this, and forge masters that was creating stuff, you know. So, you know, I think it'd probably be like that, because people, like I said before, it would be like he was a person that we was afraid of, but now throughout the years and years, and through his medicine, his knowledge, and how he's been helping people throughout the world, he's not a bad guy. You know, he's not a bad guy. You would still have some people that would fear him, but then it'd be like, well, that fear would turn into, oh, we love Dracula, you know. And then it'd probably be like into the future where it's probably like a statue of him, and it's like, oh, he was once the guy who protected us thousands of years from like bad vampires and creatures of the night and stuff like that. So it probably would change a little bit. So it'd start off as Dracula being like a bad guy throughout the centuries and years, but then Once when he meets Lisa, his second wife, you know, that's when he changes up his act. He saves her because she doesn't die. He saves her. He fights Carmela's forces. They defeat their forces. Then for round 2, like I said before, they capture her, they kill her, and then he just goes off into this blood rage and stuff. So I think, in all, like after when he goes into his blood rage, like I said, he would just be crying, upset, weeping, then goes to sleep for like centuries and stuff, and I guess never wake up. And then it's just up to Alucard to just be chilling, and you know, whoever's still running around, I guess he'll take care of it and stuff, and whoever Belmont at the time that's still, you know, around taking care of whatever creatures of the night, you know. I say it probably, you know, it'll be like that. But yeah, you know, if you like what you heard, you like, you know, please subscribe, share, all that wonderful stuff. I'll catch you later.